Heavy hitters outside our Beacon Hill studio. Cosmo Macero of O'Neill Associates, Peter Kadges of the Boston Phoenix. Happy to see both of you. I was afraid with the sequester I was going to have to lay both of you off.
We're sequester proof.
I almost fell in a sinkhole.
Yeah, we're sequester proof, but not sinkhole proof, especially here. So tread lightly, fellas. Don't do what you just did, Cosmo, for God's sakes. Let's start with this. The three Republican candidates for Senate have announced, yeah, we're good on the play nice. We're going to accept outside money here, and there will be no deals of let's not have outside influence in this campaign. What do you make of it?
I think it's a smart move. Why fight the fight with one or one and a half hands tied behind your back? I think it's a pledge that I wouldn't expect any of those candidates to make, and I think it's the right move. I mean, you got to have tools in a campaign like that, and that money is one of them.
Well, this means we're going to have down and dirty, I would guess extremely dirty, very bloody, mudslinging final election.
Think about it this way, fellas. If this ends up to be like a Dan Winslow, Ed Markey race, what's your interest level in that, if not for mudslinging and dirty outside ads?
I mean, how is it? Look, the outside ads definitely push the envelope, but
they make it more entertaining, which is what this is, an entertainment thing.
Do we not want a robust and interesting campaign? Do we not want this to be a slugfest? Of course you do. It makes it interesting, makes for a better election, makes them focus on the issues in a new way. I think it's a good thing.
Listen, I'm looking for plenty of debates, just as there were in the Warren and Brown. My problem with the debates in the last Senate election was I don't think the moderators, other than John Keller, who was good, moved them along. Let's have debates to counter this paid media.
Let's go across the river for topic number 2. Oprah Winfrey been pegged as the commencement speaker at Harvard. Not drawing cheers from everybody. A former dean upset, said, is this what it's come to? The stage that once held Winston Churchill now holds Oprah Winfrey. Cosmo, you got any problem with this election whatsoever?
Not being a Harvard graduate, I don't have the same perspective on it. You know, she's a noteworthy, substantive person. She's famous worldwide. Does not necessarily fall in line with the history of the type of commencement speakers at Harvard. And Fareed Zakaria last year, he was somewhat controversial. Beyond that, not a lot of entertainment figures. John Lithgow a number of years ago, he's a Harvard graduate. He's a man of substance. So yeah, I can understand why people are concerned, but she'll probably give a good speech.
Harvard is breaking new grounds. They're bringing in a commencement speaker that someone might actually listen to. I mean, they're abolishing the old rite of passage that graduates and their families had to be bored to death.
John Hancock's not available this year, so it's time to get with the program.
It also is, I understand the criticism. You know, some people see this as part of Harvard joining the industrial educational
Getting
complex.
with the program. She's a successful woman. She's got a lot to say. She'll be engaging.
She's an admirable.
By the way,
from a PR perspective, colleges and universities more and more want to make news with their commencement speech. Here's an opportunity to instantly make news, because whatever she says is going to be, news.
Ultimately, it's none of our business.
Well,
Harvard's its own community.
But as a guy rejected by Harvard twice, I'm against Harvard commencements in general. So,
well, I'm against commencement speakers in general.
Now we're talking. Hey, quickly, 30 seconds left. New committee being formed to try and lure the Olympics in 2024 to come to Boston. Cosmo, I know you were a shot putter back at Belmont High. You up for the Olympics coming to town?
I don't know. I have trouble watching the Olympics on TV. I'd probably have to hide from them if they were here. There's some of the events. I like the weightlifting event a lot, but I guess we have the facilities. I don't know if...
No, we don't.
If you think back to the Democratic Convention in
we're
2004...
We're going to have the long jump over at the Frog Pond?
We barely could absorb the DNC in 2004. I mean...
Bad idea. Most cities that host the Olympics end up going deep into debt. We do not need debt.
Most city schools don't even have facilities. They have to go out of the city to participate in athletics, and yet we're going to build stuff for the Olympics?
This is the whole world-class
Listen,
thing, right?
It's an ego trip. Not in my backyard.
Quick look down this street and quick look down that street, fellas. Do we have the infrastructure to handle an Olympics? Does anybody think so?
Like I said, I'm worried about sinkholes.
Thank you very much.
I'm worried about sinkholes.
Cosmo Macero. That's just as a general rule, though, I think.
Just say no.
Peter Kadges of Phoenix, Cosmo Macero of O'Neill.